Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Look how long my hair is, you guys. This is my hair kind of done, not done. Like, I took a shower and I put that Lush Mr. Dandy's hair candy in my hair just to kind of move it in a certain direction. And it's like so long. Look at this. It's unreal. Ah! And I still haven't trimmed my beard because I'm waiting until either tomorrow night. I think I'm gonna do it on Friday when I get up. And I'm gonna trim my beard right before I go get my hair cut on Friday. And then this will all be cleaned up. I'm sitting in my car. I do not have my Diet Coke yet because I will tell you I have my water though. But I've been actually waiting for a friend of mine to call me. Do you guys hate this? When, like, you text somebody and you're like, hey, can you talk? Like, I don't know how you are, but, like, I don't call people typically. I call Tanya, but, like, or Valerie or somebody like that, but, or Melissa. But, like, most of my friends I text and I'm like, hey, can you talk? Because they're always so busy. And then they'll, like, text me back and they'll be like, yeah, can you wait, like, 10 minutes? And it's now been, like, half an hour and I'm still waiting, but that's okay. So I thought, because Alex is going to bed, I was gonna drive around and listen to my book for a little bit, but I thought, well, instead, why don't I just start my vlog? And even if I just get 2 or 3 minutes in, whoo, which I'm kind of surprised she hasn't called back by now, because I thought I'm gonna start my vlog and literally like a minute in, she will call. So I'm kind of surprised that she hasn't, but my nose is running. I am allergy city today. I'm almost out of this. I have a jar, not a jar. Jar, who uses jars anymore? Do you remember like Pond's jars of facial cream back in the day? I have a container of hand sanitizer inside, so I need to fill this up, and then I actually need to throw these other 2 containers that I have in here because they're like completely empty. But anyway, how are you doing? I have to tell you guys, I had a good day today. It was pretty much non-eventful, but I had a good day. So the first thing I have to say is that what did I just do? I just did something. I have been listening to a new book that I started last night called Hunt for the Skinwalker. I think I downloaded it while I was on here last night, about the Skinwalker Ranch, and which is so funny. I have to read you, hold on just a second. I have to read you the text messages between me and Mel tonight, because this was so funny. I was texting her and I said, well, first of all, we were so excited because we passed 600 members on our Facebook group page. We were so excited. But I texted her and I said, wait a second. I said, I'm reading that Skywalker Ranch video, girl. And she said, Skywalker Ranch, question mark? And I said, didn't we talk about it? She said, I don't think so. She's such a smart ass. She knew what I was talking about. And she goes, I don't think so. And I said, Skinwalker, sorry. And she said, LMAO. That we did talk about. I'm like, we don't talk about Star Wars. She's such a... Anyway, bitch. Okay, LOL, I said. And then she said, what's the Skinwalker book called? And I said, Hunting for the Skinwalker. It is so good. So, you guys, this book is it's hot in here. This book is unbelievable. It is so much better than I thought it would be. So, if you guys don't know anything about the Skinwalker Ranch, because I didn't know anything about it, and I'm not going to ruin it for you because I'm really not that far into it anyway. I'm like, I think like an hour and a half maybe into it. It's like 8 hours and something. It's not like a super long book. No, actually, I'm like 3 hours into it. No, I think I'm like an hour and a half into it. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. I have 7 hours and 24 minutes left, and it was like 8 hours and 40 minutes. So I'm like hour and 20 minutes into it or something like that. Okay, so the Skinwalker Ranch is about this ranch that is in northeast Utah. And it's by this lake that, okay, all this crazy stuff has happened, and this family bought this ranch, and they didn't know anything about it. They just wanted to be out in the middle of nowhere. It sits on 480 acres, and like, right when they moved in, this like wolf, but it was like 3 sizes bigger than any wolf came, like this is the very beginning of the book, and it came up to them, and it was like real friendly to them, and so they were petting it and stuff, but they had all of their calves, because they were like, I don't know, like, you know, have cows and stuff like that, was like in this truck, and it like went for this calf's head, and so the dad and the family got like this gun, and he was like gonna try to like kill this wolf, like, but it was like, this wolf was like stood as high as the car, and like, think about that, first of all. Okay, now this has all been documented. This guy that wrote this book is like a legit journalist. Like, this is not a BS story. And he even goes in and talks about how he's been made fun of, like, for talking about this, and they call him like the UFO journalist and stuff like that now, and all this kind of crazy stuff, because there's been, well, it apparently gets into like UFO sightings and all this crazy stuff that's happened. I'm starting to just get into the UFO sightings a little bit right now, and some like weird like stuff moving, and like energy forces around there. And they talk about people getting killed in this lake because there's supposedly like these large serpent snakes that are in the lake, but the lake is not old enough that it could have been like to the time of the dinosaurs and stuff. It's real weird. So they just think it's like this energy force around there, and they really think it has a lot to do with UFOs, if you believe in that kind of stuff. There's been so many sightings in this area that this one guy even wrote an entire book. Not the guy that I'm reading, but this other guy, this PhD. He wrote an entire book. His last name was like Kelleher, I think. An entire book about UFO phenomenon just in this area, this canyon in northeast Utah, because there's been so many sightings there. And all of this weird stuff has happened, and they're like, so anyway, skinwalkers are supposedly witches that wear the skins of the animals, and then they can take on like the abilities of those animals, but be like 100 times more powerful. So anyway, I don't know like what else the book gets into. I'm just an hour and a half into it, but I was reading it last night in my car with the door locked, and I was very scared. I was like, oh my God, this is so weird. And apparently there are all these interviews and documentaries. I said something about it on Twitter, and a bunch of people were telling me about podcasts, and then I got a couple messages from people that were like, you need to watch this video and this and this documentary and whatever. And I want to watch all of it, but I want to wait until I finish the book. I was actually thinking at first, I was like, this would have been a good book for our true crime book club, but it's not really true crime, because it's more like paranormal, and you don't really know what it's talking about in there, but it's good. I went to the gas station today I was out of Diet Coke, and they didn't have any Diet Coke. They only had Diet Pepsi. So I got a 12 case thing of Diet Pepsi, which I don't mind Diet Pepsi. I like Diet Pepsi sometimes, but I haven't had a Diet Pepsi in a long time, so brought that home and put that in the refrigerator. I'm gonna have one here in a little bit. I thought my friend would call me back by now. I can't believe that I'm 8 minutes into this and she still hasn't called me yet. But anyway, yeah, it was a good day. It was just, you know, whatever. I'm kind of like starting to try to really think a lot about like what I want to do with like the patio and stuff for this summer. I want to get some bird feeders, but like I know Alex doesn't want them really, really close to the patio. I was actually talking to my neighbors over here today, and they're so nice. And I was telling her, I was like, did you see my squirrel table? She was telling me that, like, her pup, because they got a new puppy, like, was running up on her patio. And she was like, I'm sorry that I was up in your patio. And I was like, we don't care. Don't worry about it. You know, I said, did you see my squirrel table? She goes, no, I didn't see it. I said, oh, you'll have to look. We have, like, this squirrel picnic table. And she was like, oh. And she was like, where did you find that? And I was like, Alex's friend got it for us. And I said, I put, like, this corn seed out there every morning. And Alex this morning sent me, did he send me the picture? I don't think he sent me the picture. But there was a squirrel this morning. Did he send it to me? I don't think he did. No. But there was a squirrel sitting on the table this morning. Like you could, it was sitting like its hind legs like on the seat, and it was eating at the table. It was so cute. I wish I had that picture. I'll text him and tell him to send me it. you send me the pic of the squirrel this morning? But like, you know, we have like, was it 2 years ago? We bought like the nice couch out there that I wanted. So we bought a nice L-shaped couch, and then it came with a glass table that's like wicker, like that plastic wicker, you know, that doesn't get hurt in like the weather, the bad weather. Like, so it's like wicker, but it's like plastic wicker. You know what I mean? Like it looks like wicker, but it's not. And then it comes with a chair. Does the chair have an ottoman? No, it just has a chair that matches that we have in the corner. And then I have these two like high top chairs that are actually really comfortable. I don't remember where I bought them. I think I bought them at like Menards or Home Depot or something a couple years ago. Those are really tall. And then I have a water fountain thing that's like probably 5 feet high, 4 feet high maybe. Probably 4.5, 5 feet high. That like, you know, drains down. But like, last year when I was setting it up, it would hardly trickle out. I don't know if it was because there's like so many leaves stuck in it because we leave it out there year round. I don't know if the tubing is bad, but like it would hardly, because like when I first had it, I bought it for my very first office that my second office that I had years and years and years ago. I actually had it inside my office. So like it was really, like it was, you know, really calming and stuff like to listen to. And I had it up against the window. And you could just like sit, and I can remember just sitting in there and it was like trickling. You could hear it like, you know, trickle in the water like rain. But now, because it has like a base on the bottom that it like captures the water, and then it like recycles the water back through this tube and comes back down. You get it. It's a water fountain, right? But anyway, I think it's broken or something. And it's super heavy because it's like stone. I got it at, what's that place on the south side that's kind of like Pier 1? Old Time Pottery. I got it at Old Time Pottery on the south side. It wasn't too expensive. It was like, he just sent it to me. You guys want to see it? I thought he was sitting on the side. I guess he's sitting on the, can you see? Not so cute. Anyway, that was this morning. Hold on a second, let me see if I can pull it up. I thought he had one where he was sitting on the little, bench. Maybe that's one that I took. Can you see it? Do you see? They really do come over there and eat. And the cardinals and everything, there's always like tons of cardinals out there. I was telling my neighbor, I said, so anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the patio. I wanna get a bunch of plants, like not just flowers this year. I wanna get a lot of plants. So it's just like a lot of greenery out there. And then I think I do wanna get some like Christmas lights to plug in. I was gonna do that last year and I didn't do it, but this year I got those little twinkle lights for the front porch for our Christmas trees, and those were actually nice. Just to have something out there I think would make it look nice. Let me text them back and say thanks, babe. Thanks, babe. And just to have something, you know, a little bit like festive out there. But I was telling my neighbor, I said, I just like sit and watch these birds all day long. I said, there are so many beautiful birds in this area. And she was like, I know. And I said, I don't know why I'm like so intrigued by it this year. And I said, there's cardinals. And she goes, did you see this woodpecker? And I said, no. And she was like, there's this woodpecker that comes back there. Now, I've never seen like a woodpecker like just sit on a tree. Like, you know, I honestly, like, I mean, I grew up with a wood. So you could see woodpeckers woodpecking on like, or pecking on trees. Like I would see that when I was growing up as a kid, like literally like, and I can hear them around here. But I haven't like seen one just like laying on a tree. And she was like, you can tell because they look like this and that. And she was explaining them to me. And so I was talking about, there's like these little goldfinches that are flying all over. They're like bright yellow. I think they're goldfinches. He said, YW, you're yellow. He's so funny. He's going to bed. He said, love you, night night. want to see what, I'm going to look it up. Indiana. Little yellow birds. My mom knew a lot about birds. How, I don't know. But she would just sit out on the front porch. I can remember, like, when I would play, you know, like in the porch, as a, like play in the cul-de-sac as a kid, and, you know, I'd come over there and she'd be drinking a beer in the early evening, you know, and she'd be like, there's a, you know, this and there's a that. Do you see that bird up there? She loved birds so much. Have I told you the story about my cousin's son? Here it is, right here. This is exactly what it looks like. Oh, it says underneath it, goldfinches. Here, I'm gonna show you. This is exactly what the bird looks like in my neighborhood. Is it not so pretty? And they're real little. And they flit like all over. They just keep on, you know, like flying all over the place. They're so cute. When my mom passed away, they're smaller though. Like, this is probably a better one. Oh, this is called a yellow rump though. That's not maybe what it's like. Oh, this is, it's called a warbler. Maybe that's what it is. Because they kind of look a little bit fatter, like this. Maybe that's what it is. Can you see? But anyway, a warbler maybe? I don't know. They're so cute though. We have so many, she was talking about this too. We have so many birds, squirrels, bunny rabbits. We have so many things around here. We have to watch for the coyote and the fox because there's like foxes. You say fox, you don't say foxes, do you? Foxes, little foxes. What's that movie called, Little Foxes? You could say foxes, yeah. But there's like all kinds of animals through here. Tanya has tons near her too, but she lives close to this like national park. Tanya does, not national park, but state park. So there's like a lot of wild animals over there. You just see all kinds of, just like in your front yard. Tanya's house, like, we have been like sitting in our car in the driveway and literally deer will just like walk through her yard. It's crazy. And at the kennel, we always spot coyote and stuff like that, but she's like really in the woods over there. So when my mom, every time I see this come out, this band, I'm listening to, well, I was listening to Chill, channel 53. It's like EDM chill, electronic dance music chill. But there's a group called DJs, Com Trues, like Tom Cruise, but Com Trues. Anyway, when my mom passed away, her son David and my mom were really, 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 really close. Like, they, my mom took care of him like 3 times a week. Took him to the pool, and she just was so good with kids, played games with him, and they would go to the Children's Museum. We have like one of the best children's museums, I guess, in the world in Indianapolis. And she always called it the Kids Museum. She was like, David and I went to the Kids Museum with Kathy today. My aunt would take them. And my aunt told me later, she was like, your mom would be like such a kid with him. She would say, or maybe my aunt called it the Kids Museum. I feel like my mom would have called it Children's Museum, but I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, she would say, your mom was like such a kid with David. And she would say, you know, like, I would let them get ice cream, or they could get ice cream and then I would pay for it. And your mom would be like, David wants to know if we can both have extra sprinkles on our, because my mom wanted extra sprinkles on our ice cream. So anyway, but yeah, they like used to go there a lot and they were super close. And David he has turned 19. And my mom, he turned 19 in January. And my mom passed away 12 years ago, so he would have been 7 when my mom passed away. And Caroline had picked him up from school on the day that my mom passed away. Oh, no, my mom passed away that night. And so the next day, she told David after, she didn't tell him that night before he like went to go to bed and stuff like that, because she didn't want, you know, like for school the next day. So the next day after school, she got him, and like they were sitting in the driveway, and she was getting ready to tell David about that my mom had passed away. David didn't know. And it's so weird. He still remembers this to this day. And I have to tell you, she sent me something, or she photocopied it and sent it to me. Do I have it on my phone? I don't think I have it on my phone. But anyway, they were sitting there, and this huge bird, it was like this cardinal, it was like red, it was all different colors, like this cardinal mix or something, I don't know, but it was this big bird landed on the hood of Caroline's car, or near her car or something, but I think it was on the hood of their car. And Caroline said, "David, do you see that bird?" And he goes, "Oh, I know that bird." And she goes, "You know that bird?" And she goes, "How do you know that bird, David?" And he's 7 at the time, right? And he said, "That's the bird where Aunt lives now. That's the bird, that bird is from the lake where Aunt lives now." And Caroline goes, "David, what are you talking about?" And he goes, "Well, Aunt doesn't live here anymore. She lives on this lake. She lives near this lake. Or she lives by this lake. And those birds live with her at that lake. She doesn't live here anymore." Think about how weird that is, okay? So, he actually wrote this thing about it then, about how he saw my mom at this house next to this lake, which is so weird, and probably that affects my, like, you know, when I have these, like, dreams or visions of my mom, I always think of her, this house is, like, right next to a lake. That peepee is there with her. There's a way to look at pictures. How do you do it? Okay, hold on a second. See all photos. My cousin and I send these gifts back and forth. Oh my god, I don't even want to show you these pictures. I'm so embarrassed. Oh my god, this is so funny. That's my mom. Well, you can hardly see it in this picture, but... Shoot, I went out of the pictures. Hold on a second. What is this picture? Why can't I find it? I do have to show you this since I have it. So this is my cousin graduating from high school. You guys are gonna love this hairdo. So this is, Caroline was 18 and I would have been 15. Are you ready? So check this out right here. Can we just talk about that those hairdos for a second? Look at that. Now, I would have been 14 going on 15. So that would have been, I feel like that would have been my summer before. Okay, so if Caroline, when she was 3 years ahead of me. So if she was going into college, I would have been going into 10th, 11th, 12th. I would have been going into 10th grade. So, because that summer then, I don't know what all that hairdo is about, but all of this would have been cut off, and then I grew it out, and it was like I was, you know, had the one the one long hairdo thing, you know what I mean? Because that's how I had it when we went to Beaver Island. So funny. Lord. Anyway. So crazy. I guess I don't have those. but I'll have to find them somewhere. Because she gave them, maybe she gave them to me, or I think she gave me copies of them. I don't have an record, do I? No, I think she gave me like copies of them. Anyway. I can't believe my friend is taking this long. Maybe she doesn't want to talk. My stomach is hurting tonight. Probably just because I ate bad crap. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. Like, I got so excited listening to this book today. I was like, I'm really, like, I felt like I was like kind of stuck in this rut where I'm charging my phone so I can listen to my audiobook when I'm done. Can you believe that I'm actually vlogging early for once too? I'm gonna try to actually go to bed a little bit earlier tonight and not stay up super, super late. Again, this morning I went to bed. Well, I crashed right out this morning, but I went to bed late. I don't even think. Well, what I did wasn't even out here till like 3 or something like that, vlogging. I think I went to bed at like 6:30, and I completely crashed out. Because I fell asleep, and then Alex got up and was getting ready for work, and I kind of woke up while he was like moving around the room, because Boo Radley was doing all this stuff, because he doesn't like to have to move. And so he was moving, and he was being so funny. He looks such back, like he's like an old man. He's so cute. And so then Alex left, came and kissed goodbye, and then he left. And I was like, okay, I took the dogs out, and then I was like, come on boys, let's go back to bed for a little bit. And I fell right asleep too. And I don't really remember my dreams from going to bed, so maybe I slept deep. I don't know, I felt very good when I woke up this morning. I felt like refreshed and stuff. I will say this, like, you know, like, I didn't go to Starbucks for 2 months, and now I'm getting Starbucks every day because I can. You know, I can drive around and whatever. She actually went to Von Mar today. I was talking to her because it's her husband's birthday this weekend, and so she said that she went to Von Mar to go see if they had some stuff there. And I was like, was the mall packed? And she goes, no, not at all. She was like, but she goes, it made me, she was like, could go in there, and then it also made me feel like, you know, kind of safe to be able to go and do some stuff. So I'd like to buy, well, I need to buy a power washer, and I'd like to buy some like birdhouses and some bird seed. But to do that, I'd really like to go to like Meijer or Walmart, but I don't want to go when it's packed. I don't even know if Meijer and Walmart are open back up again. I like, you know, they closed down the hours, but I don't know if they open the hours back up again or if it's just, if it's closed. Let me look on here. Walmart 96th Street. I don't know if like the hours are closed, open 7 a.m. See more hours. Oh, they close at 8:30 p.m. Oh, that's interesting. It's early. Meijer, 96th Street, Indianapolis. Let's see. Closed. Open 6 a.m. See more hours. 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. I'm kind of surprised these stores haven't opened back up yet. Those are both in, well, one's on one side of the street, the other one's on the other side of the street. Will Walmart go back? Because I don't want to go in these stores when they're jam-packed during the day. Like, I have no desire to go in there. Temporary changes to our, it doesn't say. Walmart's coronavirus challenge is just staying open. There's a petition on change.org to have Walmart reopen, have all your stores open 24 hours. Who, like, that's a kind of, why would you do that for change.org? I don't know. These go back all the way to March. So there aren't any like new ones. So I don't know when it's gonna go back, if it's ever gonna go back to, I was about to say, I think it's gonna stop, and it stopped. So I don't know when they're gonna go back to the old hours, or if they're ever gonna go back to the old hours, who knows? I have no clue. Dream. I need to go through these emails. I have so many emails. So many emails. Let's go in and read a couple comments from the vlog. But what I was going to say about the patio to finish that is, like, I really want to make it night. I mean, we're almost to June, right? It really hasn't been that warm to, like, sit out there at night. Like, I mean, it's still, like, it's 55 right now. And it feels a little colder than that tonight. It feels chilly outside. What does it say? Chilly? A summer food? My friend and I used to say that to each other. It says it's 55. Oh my god, it's accurate. So, like, I mean, it's still kind of chilly out. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 67. Friday, 75, 80, 84, 85, 84. Oh, we're in the 80s. Oh no, and then it goes in the 70s again, low 70s, upper 70s, 70s. So, I mean, it's going to be pretty nice going forward. I think it's time to do my patio and make my patio nice. And be able to sit out there and just kind of enjoy it. I do think one thing I need to get this year is this, like, plastic container that we can put the cushions in, because we bring them inside and, like, we push them to the side, like over to the side, and it's like we need to just have, like, a container to put them in. That way we can store them down in the basement that way too in the winter. But I want to make it nice, and I want to have it all ready, and I'll be able just to sit out there and read. The thing is, I like to read on the front porch too. I really, you know, like last year I was saying that I really wanted to get, and if anybody finds one that looks nice, that doesn't look like it has to be a pair, because I don't want it to be a pair out here, because, like, there's no two people that's ever going to come and sit with me. But, like, I want a chair, like a big chair that, like, rocks with an ottoman that can sit next to my table, my IKEA table out here on the front porch. And I'm thinking I might get rid of my glider. I'm tired of my glider. Like, I've had it forever. My mom bought it for me, God, probably 20 years ago. I mean, it literally has been 20 years at this point. Because that was the apartment that my first boyfriend and I lived together. So I've had that glider for 20 years. It was green, and then I spray painted it white. And it's just, even with a cushion on it, it's just not very comfortable. And it's just time to go. It's time for me to have something comfortable out there. And I want, like, a plush chair that I can sit there and read. I sit out here, I want an ottoman. There is this house over by us. It's this cute little house. It actually looks like a carriage house, but it's not. And on their front porch, they don't have any more front porch than we do. They have, like, 4 ferns hanging, big ferns, and they have 2 of these chairs with ottomans, a table in the middle of it, and they have all of these plants coming down their front. I mean, it looks so cute and so adorable, and I'm like, that's what I want. Like, that's what I want my front walk to look like, or my front porch to look like. So I can sit out there and I can say hi to all my neighbors when they come by, and I can drink lemonade and coffee and sit out there. That's what I want. And then in the afternoon and the evenings, I can sit on the back porch and I can read my books and just really, you know, like, enjoy my space back there too. And then Alex can, you know, have a glass of wine in the back patio, or a White Claw or whatever, and we can sit there and talk about our day when he comes home, or we can eat dinner out there in the evening, or, you know, just whatever, even watch a TV out there, show out there. We want to, like, you know, watch movies and stuff out there too this summer. So I want to I need to fix it up and make it nice. So we're going to do that here one of these days. I don't know when. I need to buy the plants and stuff. If I could just get up one morning really early, then I could get all that stuff done. Why is it always saying that I never have any? Okay, there it goes. So let's go in here to the vloggerini for Valerini. The vloggerini for Valerini. And let's see if anybody had anything to say. Well, I guess I need to go in the comments first, don't I? Dane said, I've always thought this, but can I just say how flawless, perfect your eyebrows are? Like, they're such a nice shape. I color mine in because I plucked the bejesus out of them in the early 2010s, LOL. Thank you. You know what's so funny? I appreciate you saying that, but you know what is so funny about it? I kind of worry sometimes because as my mom got older, like, her eyebrows became kind of obsolete, almost to the point where she didn't even have them anymore. And part of what worries me is, like, I don't shape mine at all. Like, literally, when I go to get my hair cut, she, like, trims them for me, like, with a razor. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, with, like, a electric razor, she trims them. But, like, with a guard. But I don't do anything to them. Now, when we were home here, I used to trim them, but let me tell you why I stopped. Because I can never remember, I know this is so stupid, you guys are gonna be like, oh my god, he's such an idiot, but I can never remember which way that I go with the razor, this way or that. I can't, even with the guard, I can't remember, right? And one night we were getting ready to go out, and I went to go trim them, and I started, and I shaved off like this much of my eyebrow. This is like probably 8 or 9 years ago. I like panicked, and I like went in there, and literally it was like this, okay? And I said, can you tell? Because I'm not going out if you can tell. And Alex was like, it's like, no, we can't tell at all. Because he knew I was going to say we're not going to go. And I was like, literally, like, I had half an eyebrow. I was like, I'm not going. And he was like, you're going. And I went out with half an eyebrow. It was so embarrassing. But anyway, it grew back in. But, during the coronavirus, I took a comb and I combed him up and I just cut off the top of it, and it just, that even looked so bad that I was like, I am not messing with them anymore. And you know, now since I've watched Schitt's Creek, like, I wouldn't really ever want to have, like, Eugene Levy's eyebrows. Sorry, Eugene Levy, I think he's hilarious, but I don't want his caterpillar eyebrows. But Dan Levy's eyebrows, that are like his dad's, but kind of a little bit less. I think they're sexy. I kind of would like to have that, you know? So I'm kind of afraid of them. They're like dark enough right now. Yeah, they need to be trimmed. But I'm kind of like afraid of them doing that. One time, Tanya, this was right before, oh my god, I should see if I can find this, because it's my expired passport from years ago. One time, before I was getting ready to go and get a passport picture taken, I was like getting a passport picture taken like the very next day. We went to go get pedicures, and while we were there, Tanya was like, get your eyebrows done. And I was like, no. And she was like, yes, you would look so nice with your eyebrows done. And I was like, girl, no, you're just trying to make fun of me, because she would always put me in these situations. I don't know why it's taken me 25 years to realize, or 23 years to realize that you don't do this to your friends. But anyway, Tanya will always get me to try to do things I've never done before because she thinks it's like real funny and whatever. So she was like, yes, come on, just do it, just do it. And I was like, fine. So I got my eyebrows waxed. It hurt so bad. Okay, to all of you out there who get your eyebrows waxed, God bless you. Like, that is some painful SHIT. And my eyebrows, she literally, they were like arched. It was so bad. It was so bad. And I was as heavy as I am right now, and it's just like I had these thin eyebrows, and my passport picture was so sad. I was so embarrassed of that passport picture for so long. So anyway, next, we need to move on from that story. Okay, but thank you, Dane, I appreciate it. Melissa said, FYI, I love the way you end your vlog. Also, I need the reminders. Aw, I like that, thank you. Callie said, can someone please tell me if Peter's zodiac sign is Cancer? I'm a Cancer, and I feel like he's one. Hell. Let's see what someone said. Francis said, yes, he is. I'm a Cancer, too. We are some emotional biatches. Yes, I'm a Cancer. Cameron said, Peter, who walks around talking at 2:30 a.m. Also, Peter vlogs in his car talking to himself for hours on end at 2:30 a.m. Okay. What is in my beard? Or is it just that my beard is like... No? I don't know. That hurt. God. I think maybe I just had like a wiry hair or something. That hurt. Monica said if you play it back, there is a white light that flies in the area. And then she says, right before you said that, I seen something floating like an orb, but it could have been a reflection of someone. I freaked out. I was nervous when you got out of the car. I was like... Jane said, I think it was a big moth, Peter. All three of these people, Monica, Photo Love Abs, and Jane that commented on that part of the video, they all have orange like things, so I thought they were all the same people. Lauren said, you checking outside for someone in the is me every time I hear a noise at night, but I carry a can of hairspray and a lighter with me. Oh my Lord, I would kill myself with that. I would burn myself, I swear. Miss Sarah said, I didn't see a person walking, but when you said that, I saw an orb-like figure that almost looked like Tinkerbell flying from the top-ish left corner, then down to the steering wheel. Something was definitely there as you said that. Love you. Keep the videos coming. It's helping my anxiety so much. Aw, thank you. Haley said that orb was crazy. I can't believe you jumped out of the car when you thought someone was behind you. No. Lock the doors. Oh my Lord. By the way, the only ad was for the 2020 census. And I died laughing. Julie said, I just watched a 3-hour Peter monologue. Mandy said, Peter, I saw it too. People are saying it was an orb. Some light. Does anybody timestamp it? That's what I want to see. I saw it too. People are saying it was an orb. Some light definitely came across the screen and it was very clear. Jesus, take the wheel. Okay. Twyler is Irk said, orb incident, 2230. I'm not a believer, but this was quite weird. LOL, edit. This video is so much more than that strange incident. Thank you for that coming out story as well, Peter. Oh, thank you. 2230. Okay, let's go in here really quick. I want to look at this video. Let's go into Peter Vlogs. I want to see this. Video. I mean, like, what I saw was back there. Do you see those lights right there that I'm talking about right there? Okay, those are house lights. Those are the garage lights for somebody. What I thought I saw was somebody walk like that, like behind my car. Like, I saw the lights, and then I didn't see the lights. And so I thought it was somebody that was like right behind my, because like, they're like on the street. You can't, like, those lights are up. I don't know how to explain it. So if somebody's like walking on the street, like, it wouldn't come in the way of those lights. So it would have to be somebody right behind my car. And so that's why I got freaked so quick, because it's like, it went like right like that. Like this. Somebody walking down my street. Did you see that? And he truly is walking down my street. That freaked me out. Talking about that. Oh my God. And look, on the screen is a scene where I'm freaked out. Who is just walking down the street at 1 o'clock in the morning? Like, I think that's so weird. Okay, hold on. I'm watching it. Blow my nose. We're at 21:31, so I'm like a minute away. $21.56. I'm like trying to watch everything in this screen. Because maybe it was a car that was coming down the street. 22:15. 15 seconds away from it. Okay. What is so weird about this, you guys? Okay, if you look at 22:27 from my video yesterday, what is so weird about this is that what you see in the video, and I'm not like somebody that's a big believer in orbs anyway, but what you see in the video is not what I saw, okay? I saw something walk behind my car. That's why I'm like, when you look, okay, to the video, I then look over there, because I'm like, where did they go? Like, if they walked behind my car, where are they? I thought somebody walked behind my car, okay? Is it happening again right now? I feel like it's happening again. Like, I'm seeing it right now. But when you watch it at 22:30, when I start talking about it, an orb comes down from here and shoots around. You guys, it's real weird, okay? But that was not what I saw in this car last night when I filmed this. We aren't gonna be doing these driveways anymore, I'm telling you that right now. I'm kind of like starting to freak out about this. Like, this is starting to really freak me out. But when you go and watch it, go back and watch yesterday's vlog at 22 minutes and 27 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna watch it right now. I'm gonna tell you what I see, okay? Because I'm looking into the camera. I'm watching it right now, you can see. I'm looking into the camera, okay? And what I see is, in the camera, something walk by my car. I don't see this light deal. I never saw that last night in the camera. You only see it on the film. You can even tell. And do you know what's really weird about this is? When you watch it, it's almost as if the orb comes into the car. Do you remember, like, it's outside the car and then it comes in the car? That's how it looks. Do you remember I said I had to check to make sure something wasn't in the back of my car? Here, I'm gonna see if you guys can see it on here, okay? Can you see it? Now watch. Right here. Watch, okay, in the back. When I point back there, now it's not picking it up. Okay, here it is. Okay, you're gonna wanna watch over here. It's very, very faint. Do you see it? There it is. What is that? Is there any more? Like when I get out of the car, does it happen anymore? Or is that it? That was like not dust. That was like... That was so bizarre. What was I talking about at that point?
And I was like, that's so weird that people are talking at like 2:30 in the morning. Channel on the 60s channel, it is, I don't know that song.
Let's hit add. Imagine that on my channel. Skip ad.
That come to my squirrel table. That the amount of cardinals and squirrels that come to my squirrel table.
I'm talking about the cardinals and the squirrels. And everybody has been saying that the cardinals are my mom coming to visit me. And that's right when it happens. Which, I mean, I'm talking about cardinals and squirrels in literally my videos constantly, right? But like, that is so weird, you guys. That what's on the video is not what I saw last night. I saw somebody walk by my car, behind my car. That freaks me out. Oh well. Oh well. Woo! But tonight, when I recorded that, there was somebody walking down the street, and I don't know why people are walking down the street at 1 and 2 o'clock in our morning. I mean, we have a very quiet neighborhood. I don't know why everybody's needing to. We'd be getting all wild late at night on a Wednesday night. Is tomorrow trash day? Tomorrow is trash day. We didn't take our trash out. I still didn't clean this out. Have you guys had paranormal experiences? Somebody commented on my video and they said, since Shane won't do the ghost video, I hate using this lip gloss. I mean, I want to use it, but I hate it because it's just so, like, glossy. I hate it. It's even worse than, like, the rollerball lip glosses that I had when I was a kid. But on Shane's Insta story, he said, like, the ghost in his house is getting really, really bad. And I'm like, he's like, really bad. Really, really bad. And I'm like, well, if it's really that bad, then why don't you tell us what it's doing? Like, why don't you tell us about this ghost? Like, I like ghost stories, you know? Whenever Alex, he'll like be watching something on his phone, and it's like a TikTok. This is a side note, by the way. And I'll say, what's funny? And he'll say nothing. I'll go, tell me, I like jokes. I like funny stuff. But no, I do. I like ghost stories. I like to hear about people's ghost stories. So, like, if you're going to sit there and talk about how you have a ghost in your house, tell us about it. Tell us about your ghost in your house. You know what I mean? Like, I want to know about it. But he didn't. He didn't tell anything about the ghost in the house, of course. A horse is a horse, of course, unless the horse is Mr. Ed. But anyway, have you guys had paranormal experiences in your life? Now, my dad lives on Geist Reservoir, which here in Indianapolis, there is this kind of like a legend or rumor that there was a town out there that they flooded, okay? Do you guys remember me talking about this on my vlog? I really want to roll down my window, but it is so, like, I'm so freaked now that I'm gonna go get a Diet Coke in a second. I'm at like 26 minutes. So anyway, I'm gonna get a Diet Coke in a second. But anyway, where my dad lives, I'm like, should I go get a Diet Coke first and then start talking about this? Because I don't want to start talking about this and then get freaked out and then have to go inside. Although Alex is still up, I can see. But anyway, even though he said he was going to bed, he's laying in bed playing that game. He is obsessed with that game. That game, what is it called? Township. Like, you guys, he literally wakes up in the morning and the first thing he does is he plays it. And I'm like, I laugh at him. I'm like, this is so hilarious. Like, I mean, I think it's cute too, you know, that he's like, because I'm happy that he's got something he's so into, because other than TV shows, like, you know, Alex doesn't read. He used to. He doesn't very much. He doesn't at all anymore. Actually, he got a book on Audible, but it was like some business book. I can't remember. It was like marketing or how to be a bazillionaire or something. I don't know. It's like some business book that somebody recommended to him, and he listened to like a whole bunch of it one day, and I said, do you like it? And he goes, it's kind of boring. That's what he said to me. He goes, I don't really like to listen to books or something like that. But anyway, but he's really, really into that township game. He loves playing that, and he gets up every single morning and plays it. And then, like, he'll just be standing in the kitchen, and I'll be like, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm just playing my game. I'm catching up on my game. Like, okay. I think it's hilarious, but, anyway, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. Dream. Dream, dream, dream. I totally forgot what I was gonna say. I don't know. Oh, I was gonna tell a story about my dad's house. I keep on, like, when I look over here, there's like, it seems real bright. Like there's like somebody's like driving down the street and you can see their headlights, but there's nobody coming down the street. I think from now on, although this will probably freak me out more because that is really dark over there. Like, the walkway to their house is really dark, but if you walk back in there, like, the motion sensor light comes on. But maybe I'll start, like, backing my car into the driveway when I do my vlogs, so that I can, like, look out at the street when people are walking by and stuff instead of behind me. But then I'll see something, like, behind me, and I'll think it'll be, like, coming from my house, and then I'll be, like, real freaked. I get so scared so easily, you guys. I am, like, seriously the biggest scaredy cat in the whole world. Like, it does not take... One time, Alex and I went and saw, I think it was the Rob Zombie version of Halloween 2, and we came upstairs when we were in bed, and this was not the same night that I called the police on the ghost in our house. But anyway, Alex started playing, like, he held it way down, and so it sounded like it was coming from downstairs, and he played the theme to The Exorcist, and I was like, Alex, what is that? Oh my god, somebody's playing, somebody's in our house, they're scaring me. He's like, you're so easy to scare. And I'm like, and I become my mother, because, like, he'll, like, walk around the corner and he'll go, ah, like that. I'm like, don't do that, my god, I'm gonna have a heart attack, you don't want to kill me like that. Because my mom used to always say that to me. She'd say, it's not funny to scare your mother like that. And you wouldn't want to give your mother a heart attack, would you? Because then, you know, you wouldn't feel very good about that, would you? No, I probably wouldn't have. Not at all. But it was kind of fun to scare her. Anyway, okay, listen. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to get a Diet Pepsi. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to drive out of this hell town right here. And then I'm going to... Okay, I'm back. I just poured my Diet Coke. Well, poured my Diet Pepsi. Hi, Diet Pepsi. Can we just talk about the fact that it has been an entire hour and my friend has never called me back? I guess I wasn't big on her radar, or high on her radar. Anyway, story of my life, always waiting for somebody to call me back. But anyway, that's beside the point. Let me tell you that I completely had myself freaked out. And I ran from the car to the door. And then I ran from the door to the car. And when I got right in front of my car, I stopped because she has these like lilies or something, I don't know. And they have these huge leaves on them. And so I picked up the leaf to go throw in the yard because the yardmen have been working in the yard all this week. And so I'm trying to keep the driveway and the walkway clean. And so I throw the leaves in the yard. So anyway, I almost fell and twisted my ankle because if you've ever watched scary movies or horror movies, you don't wear Birkenstock plastic sandals, okay? Mind you, ones that are almost like ripped and soaked, because look at how the tread. I bought these last year. Look at that. I mean, they're so worn out. I need new ones, okay? Because you could fall and break your ankle. So if I'm like running in from a serial killer, these are probably not the sandals to wear. Here I am waiting for my friend to call me back, talking about ghosts and orbs, and I'm like running from the house with my plastic Birkenstock sandals, like I'm gonna outrun some serial killer. If a serial killer wanted to get me, he'd get me, don't you think? Anyway, it's so hot in here. Now I have it down on... I don't want it on 66. I need more numbers than just 66. Do you ever think that way? Are you superstitious about stuff like that? I'm so superstitious about that. Okay, let's hit it. I want to know where that guy was walking to, because like he literally like walked down. Let me show you, okay? So, if you go down our street and you go this way, that takes you out, okay? The other way is through the back gate. So this down here, literally, look how short it is, okay? It takes you to this like little bitty cul-de-sac. There's the tennis courts, there's the pool, which they haven't even started on the pool yet. Great. That's not gonna be open by May 31st. And then there's all this woods over there, okay? And there's all this woods over here. So that means that he was walking down here, and I know he doesn't live in this neighborhood, which means that he had to have like walked down here and then through the woods to go to one of those neighborhoods over there. So I don't know where he was going. But what I was gonna say was, when I was growing up, my dad's house, and it was one of the very first houses out there on Geist Reservoir. He's on the lake. And, well, he's on the reservoir. But we had all kinds of really weird stuff that would happen when I was growing up. Like really, really weird stuff. Our lights would go out a lot. Our electricity would go out. Stuff would be moved in the house. It would really freak my stepmom out, and she doesn't really believe in a lot of this kind of stuff. But like, do you remember, like, it was never to the extreme. Like the chairs would be moved in the kitchen and things like that. Like, I was gonna say like poltergeist when the chairs were moved in the kitchen, but it was never like that extreme. But it was weird stuff. And I had an Airedale when I was growing up, this huge Airedale. And we had this like chandelier thing that like hung in our entryway when you walked in, and he would sit underneath it and the light would flicker, and he would sit underneath it and he would just bark at it like arr, 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 like he was real angry at this light. It was so freaky. And this one time it was like really, really bad. Well, years later, somebody told me that there was like this myth or this legend or rumor that there, because when I was in high school, people would say that you had to be careful when you were boating out there, because your boat could, like, there was a church steeple underneath there. Like, they had, like, flooded this town over, and there was a church steeple out there, and that people had, like, gotten their boat, like, caught up on this church steeple, right? So, I don't really remember the details, but anyway. And they said that all these people, like, have been, like, they came in and they, to make the reservoir, it was, like, long time ago, like in the 1800s or 1700s or something, like 1800s, they came in and they flooded this city and basically killed all these people. These people were drowned to death, and they're out there, and so, like, the lake is haunted. And weird stuff would happen on the lake, too. Like, I can remember sitting out there, like, in the summer with my friends, and we would just, like, see weird stuff and hear, like, you could hear, like, well, voices travel on a lake anyway. If you've ever, like, been on a lake, or, like, you've lived on a lake, like, you can have, like, a fisherman, like, be, like, a mile out. Well, it's not even a mile across, probably, the whole lake. But, like, they can be, like, way far down, and they can be, like, just, like, talking real quietly, and you literally can hear everything that they're saying, because, like, voices travel across the lake. But it was during a vlog one night. I looked it up. Here, I'll pull in here to the speedway right here. I looked it up. Lock my door. Hope nobody walks up on me. And I was like, I could not believe it that there was like I mean, it said that they flooded this town over, but it didn't say that there were people there. So the people were all gone. Geist Reservoir, flooded city. Hold on a second. Germantown, the lost city under Geist Reservoir. I read this on here one night. Boating, kayaking, and sport fishing on scenic Geist Reservoir create fun summer memories, but after 70 years, as Indiana's largest man-made lake, fading from memory is what lies beneath. As Indianapolis grew, so did the need for clean water. Utilities magnate and former Indianapolis Water Company principal owner from 1912 to 1938, Clarence H. Geist, recognized the city's growth potential in larger case. So wait, Germantown, the first community in Lawrence Township, was established in 1834. It was a small town, reportedly with one general store, a shoemaker, and a grist mill. The town's main street became present-day Germantown Road. In 1941, the Indianapolis Water Company constructed a dam across Fall Creek. That's literally, like, you can see the dam from my dad's house. That flooded 1900, 5,000 acres containing the 45 Germantown homesteads. This area includes land in northern Marion, southeastern Hamilton, and northwestern Hancock counties. It is rumored that when the reservoir water is low, a church steeple can be seen, and it shows all these pictures, you guys, of the town that was there before, although no record of a church can be found. In 1943, 5 years after Geist's death, the reservoir started supplying Indianapolis with water. And then it shows a picture of the Germantown families. Anyway, and then it goes underneath there. Does it have any comments on here? I'd like to see. Just about the guy. It said he was buried. He was born. It says it's not true that Clarence Geist never lived in Indiana. He was, in fact, born in LaPorte. My mother's family came from that area. Their farm is one that was flooded. Went to a reunion in that area 15, 20 years ago. This is from 2015. A distant cousin told me years ago, before they started building homes there, the water was so clear you could see the layout of the town and farms. Present day Germantown Road. Where in the world is Germantown Road? I live in an area not far from, I've never heard of Germantown Road either. There's German Church Road, not far from German Church Road. However, someone said, I live in the area not far from German Church Road. However, I have never heard of Germantown Road. Then they responded and said it was Oak Landing Road. There was still a sign saying Germantown Road South. Okay. Someone said it is also not true that Geist is the largest man-made lake in Indiana. Lake Monroe is at over. That's true. It is at 10,700 acres. I was hoping that there would be something about ghosts, but I don't see anything like that. It was a pioneer church. It's due north of Klepfert Cemetery off Fox Road. Would that have been in the lake? Oh wait, this will be interesting. I am a retired home builder in the Geist area. Formed a group of builders and opened the next to the dam off Fall Creek. Became interested in the water. Geist Red water runs downhill by a history of the Indianapolis Water Company. I was one of the first fishermen to rent a boat. Okay, wait. I fished at night off the bridge for crappies. There was no church at Germantown. The pipe sticking out of the water was stuck in a pile of gravel to avoid hitting the rocks when boating. There were two schools. Lawrence Township School number 1 was on a hill on the south side of what is now 86th Street. Okay, east of Devil's Curve. You can see the outline of a 2-room schoolhouse in the grass during the summer. Germantown Road came from the south. I also obtained a hydrographic map of the land under a guide showing all the roads, etc. The high point of Germantown Road was what on is today is a small island which can be seen from the boat docks on the east. Oh, that's by my dad's house. I walked that side of the big bridge surrounding area when the lake dried up, 1979. When the area is covered with water, it is a good bass fishing area. There's a visible foundation of an old barn just under the water. There were parts of other foundations scattered around the area. I recall there were 13 homes, a grist mill, a blacksmith shop, and a grist mill. Blacksmith shop and a store. The children of those who lived north of 96th Street went to school at 104th and Oleo, which is now Water Retention Pond, on the corner just across the street from the graveyard. I've driven by that graveyard in here before because that's the graveyard that my friend and I in high school that we did the Ouija board thing. Do you guys remember when I drove by that one time? There is an archive of old pictures at the church, of which I am a member. I also obtained an aerial photograph of Germantown from the Historical Society showing the properties. I tried to track down the relatives of the citizens of the town and read all I could about the area. I built the house by the small boat docks and with 2 others created the inlet between, which extends out to the north side of the bridge. Several relatives have been members of the above-mentioned church and helped me gather info. Interesting. I remember some more stories of towns. Interesting. I remember similar stories of towns that are now underwater at Brooksville Reservoir. Someone said, where is Devil's Curve? Is the old bridge in the woods near... My kids call it Spooky Lake. I would love to meet you there and see it from your perspective. My father-in-law, my husband's family were the Apples and the Klepfers. My father-in-law said the church was a frame building north of the Klepfer Cemetery. How would that have been in the water, though? Or maybe that's what he's saying, is that it wouldn't have been in the water. That's interesting, isn't it? I could do a whole video on that. On my main channel, we could go out there and do it all and do it from my dad's house. That would be really fun to investigate that and see, you know, a ghost haunting out there. But we used to really have weird stuff that happened out there. Like really, really weird stuff. And my dad's builder even, because my dad had the same builder that built the house that I grew up in Carmel, that lived with my mom after my dad moved out. And then he built my dad's house where my dad lives now. And he told my dad that he didn't think he should build a house out there. He told my dad, he goes, I don't feel good about this out here. I don't think this is where you should, that you should build out here. But my dad did. But my dad's not superstitious, and he doesn't believe in any of that kind of crap whatsoever. Now, my mom's house, which is 100 times spookier than my dad's house, well, not the house I live in now, but the house I grew up in, just because it had, like, windows. I mean, you really felt like you were, like, in a house, like, in the English countryside. It was really a scary house to grow up in. I don't remember tons, like, of weird stuff happening there. But I've always kind of had all different kinds of weird paranormal. I think that's why I'm interested in it. I've always kind of had weird paranormal stuff happen. And not just because I freak out and call the police, because I think that we're, like, I really do believe in that stuff. Like, I really, really do believe in it, But I think, like, part of my interest in going to psychics and mediums and stuff like that is because I'm always, like, looking, for evidence and all of that kind of stuff. So who knows if we'll ever really have something. They supposedly came out, NASA, like, released some of that footage of UFOs, but apparently they had released it like a year or two ago, or a long time ago anyway, so it wasn't, like, actually new footage. But I don't know if it's the same footage that I saw years ago that you could see on YouTube, but there was this footage where they're, like, watching it from, like the shuttle or something, and you can hear them, and it's like things are darting by, and they're being recorded, and you can tell it's not fake, like, it's actual footage, and they're like, do you see that? They're like, did you just see that go by? And they're like, so it wasn't just me? And they're like, no, like, I saw it too. And they're, like, talking about what they see out there, and it's super freaky, like, when you watch it. Even if the whole thing is faked, it was super freaky. It was a good fake. I don't know, maybe I'm just wanting to get scared. Summertime's always a good time to get scared, isn't it? Don't you think? I do. Alright, listen, you guys, I'm gonna get off here tonight because now I'm all pumped and I want to listen to my book about the Skinwalker Ranch. So I'm gonna get off here and listen to my audiobook. I'm so excited. Anyway, I'm like, my vlog is like, I vlogged early tonight, so now I can listen to quite a bit of my book. I'm really excited, which means I'll probably listen to half an hour of it and then, like, go home and go to sleep because it's so early. But anyway, thank you guys for watching tonight. If you made it to the end, please give this video, if you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. And please make sure that you're still subscribed to my channels if you want to be. All of them, not just this one. I would really appreciate it. And also, please put a blue heart in the comment section below for the OG Wolfpack. That's just all of us that, like, are trying to get by together, being nice to each other. And I don't know, maybe leave a, yellow heart in the comment section below for all the essential workers out there and all of the, frontline workers as well. But also, maybe somebody in the comment sections that says that they're having a hard time, maybe, give them some support. I love when you guys do that for each other. I think it's super nice. And, give somebody a little bit of support that's having a hard day. If somebody says they're having a hard day. And, anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing, what is tomorrow? Is it Thursday already? I can't believe it. I hope you guys are having, oh my God, my video is out of, come on video. I hope you guys are having an amazing Thursday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, don't have other plans. Make the most of your day. Look at how long, I mean, I'm like, seriously, like, I'm kind of considering just keeping it this long at this point. It is a different me, isn't it? Anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing Thursday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, don't have other plans. Make the most of your day. Do something fun today. Do something that's exciting, something new. Start a new craft. Try to make a new recipe. I don't know, read a new book, or watch a documentary or a movie or a TV show. I don't know, do something fun, or do something that will make yourself, and also do something that will make yourself proud when you look back on it tomorrow or the next day or next week, or next month or next year or 10 years or 60 years or 69 years from now, family friendly, or 80 or 100 years from now if we're still here. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and you do your daily positive affirmations and you say things to yourself that you want to hear and you want to believe. And I'm just going to pick one today, and that is that you are valuable. So you say to yourself in the mirror, you are valuable and I love you. And then every night before you go to bed, say to yourself, tomorrow is going to be an amazing day. I'm going to be happy, joyous, and free all day tomorrow. And if I get off track and I want to start my day over, well, I can start my day over whenever I want, but I'm also going to have great opportunities and great positive experiences happen for me tomorrow. And when you wake up in the morning, say to yourself, I love you, you are valuable, or whatever affirmation or 20 that you want to say. And then also say to yourself, today is going to be an amazing day. I'm going to be happy, joyous, and free all day today. I'm going to be full of laughter and smiles, and I'm going to be helpful to other people, and I'm going to have great opportunities come my way today, and I'm going to have exciting experiences and positive experiences, and if anything gets my day off track, I can start my day over whenever I want. It's one of our greatest tools to hit the pause button and start your day over whenever you want. And most importantly, make sure that you remember to reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. An old friend called me today and left me a message, and I was like, oh, it was so nice to hear from her. I called her back, but she was busy cooking dinner, so she didn't answer because she had said that in her message. But anyway, so make sure that you reach out to somebody today and just, just make their day. Just say, hey, I just want to see how you're doing. Hi. You don't have to say, I love you, I think you're the most fantastic person in the entire world. You can just say, hey, I just want to say hi. What's up? You doing okay? Miss talking to you. Or call your best friend and say, hey, good Judy, what's up? What's cooking? Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? Anyway, also practice random acts of kindness. And like I always say, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anyone. Just do it because it's the right thing to do. Do it because it's nice to put goodness out there and kindness and compassion and love and positivity out there in the world. And it also makes us feel better. And I think, it's a great way for us to fill the world with positivity. And I know my world and the world could always use more positivity. If I can help in any way, that's one thing I can do every single day, right? Is to do one nice thing for somebody else. And, did you ever see that movie with Meryl Streep and Renee Zellweger called One True Thing? I don't know why I just thought of that, but I love that movie so much. So if you want a movie recommendation, it's a sobber. It'll make you cry, but it is a really good movie, really heartfelt movie about living life, and it's called One True Thing, and it's fantastic, and it's with Meryl Streep, and I can't remember who plays the dad. I think maybe Jeff Bridges. And Renee Zellweger plays the daughter, and it's fantastic. He's a college professor in it. Meryl Streep is just, it's so good. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, I hope you guys are having, like I said, an amazing Thursday, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya! I wanted to say one more I love you. My camera isn't focused, but I don't care. I wanted to say, come on, focus. One more I love you to all of you guys out there that are so good to watch until the very end. I really, really appreciate it. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.